And good day. You find the very unfriendly skies with Tironan. Today we have the IL-40P, and following this clip we have the 1102B. And the reason we've got two different planes like this, we were in the middle of just grinding. I'm now less than 500,000 silver to the LA-15 that we've been anticipating so much. And the question has become, well, that's nice. So there's no real question here. The only thing is, let's just get the job done. So I put them both together because they were so short. And it does go to the power of the GA when they are done correctly. And when you have a couple of GA that are wanting to work together and a fighter that wants to help out. And you'll notice that very quickly between me and the other GA taking out targets together, we captured the mining plant in no time at all. So, come on over and start taking out excuse me, AA positions. And I go ahead and drop two 1,000-pound bombs because I just wanted to take the thing out. And that is about 50 to 60% of the points in that position by itself. And like I said, there's another GA right behind me. Okay, now I have no ordnance. But I do have two GA in front of me. Well, make that 3 GA. And that is as lovely a position as you're ever going to find for raking another GA. And we're just going to work them over. And we'll wrap this one up pretty quickly. And there he goes. All right. So we got some of his hit points in from the base because I caught him over the base and killed him there. And now I have bombs. And you notice when you plant 1,000-pounder and you're pretty careful in the placement of them, that will take out the big armored target in one pass, which is what you want. Now I come back and off that target, and we have our enemy GA there working over the plant I just took. We now have superiority. Is going downhill for the other side very badly. And before I could get guns on the GA, he's killed. So, okay, that's life in the big city. We'll just move over to a nice safe position. We've taken three ground targets. All targets are now taken. I don't have a roll anymore. And that is the end of the game. So you can see why I was pretty quick about putting in a second deal, because I didn't want to give you a 5-minute video. That might be just a little bit brief. Now, we didn't do outstanding numbers here because we were extremely efficient. Both mining plants and the military base in one go. All right, so we're going to switch right over to the 1101B. 1102B, measurement P.1102. And we'll move right along. Now, shown to me by Evil Snowman, we're not doing it correctly here. So we're going to use some of his techniques, see if that doesn't improve things for us. And one of them was that I was not working over the medium armored targets enough to ensure a kill with one 250 kilogram bomb, which you can do. And you notice that's exactly what we do. Okay, we've taken over the big chunk of the base here. I come in and start working over the target pretty darn good with the cannon. Because remember, you haven't got big bombs with this. You got these kind of medium 550 pound, 250 kilogram weapons to drop. They're not huge. So you have to do a little cleanup once in a while. And that captures us the base. One pass, then turn around, and one sweep, and that was the end of it. All right, we're deciding if we want to go after the air base, and so we do. If you wondered what the 360 was, it was me and my wingman deciding what we were going to take on here. My wingman for today is, by the way, Juan Mendoza, Dave from Down Under. He's been on a couple of my videos before. Lovely fellow. And of course, he's got that great Australian accent. I was about to say Italian. Boy, love to hear him talk. But we're just discussing everything in the known free world and not the game, so probably not appropriate to put it in the video. Okay, so we're going to go right after the other mining plant. And, yeah, GA. Okay, so they now have the plant. But I have 1400 DPS coming out of my front end. I'm going to use it, take care of the one. And we'll go right after the other. And I'm not being a vicious son of a gun here. It's just a matter of if I let this guy go, he's going to go right over to my mining plant. I have no idea where that guy came from, but okay. And you know the story from there. So in this case, I don't want him destroying or taking the mining plant that I worked so hard to get. All right, so we're going to come right back, and we do not have that mining plant yet, and I want it. Not like they're paying me by the hour. I want to go ahead and make this as good as I can for our side, secure the victory, and get done with it. Alright, that captures one, the big plant there in the centers. Remember, it's about, 60%. I'm going to go ahead and drop a bomb on that and finish that up. We're going to go ahead and soften this thing up a little bit. Again, we're going to hit everything hard. And the plant is ours. Now, I've got a lot of very unhappy people where I'm at here. Didn't appreciate my efforts on behalf of my team. Given that they're on the other team, you can't blame them too much. And I want to get the heck out of Dodge. All right. So we made this pretty easy on ourselves and pretty tough on the other team just by taking the bases very quickly, especially when you're talking about mining plants and you grab them, and especially when you grab two, which we did in both cases here. It just very quickly builds an insurmountable lead, and then there's no getting back from it. In this case, every 2 minutes you're ticking off 160 points. And even in an 800-point game, that's not going to last very long. Obviously, if it's a shorter game, even less. So you get my point. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.